Hello, welcome to our channel, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about taxonomical categories, okay, or taxonomic categories, and this is the lecture 5, okay. So before we begin our lecture, you can subscribe to our channel, like, share and comment, okay. Now let us start about our discussion. Taxonomic categories. So what is meant by taxonomic category? Means the organisms or individuals are categorized according to their similarities, dissimilarities of morphological studies and so on. This is known as taxonomic categories. So this is known as classification. Classification of these organisms involves the hierarchy of the steps. Each steps represents rank and or a category. Okay, here you can see in this diagram, this is the taxonomic categories. So these all are the categories that can be placed in even orderly manner. Okay, this is known as taxonomic categories. So this is known as classification of the organism. So in the previous lesson also we have seen why the classification is important. Classification is so much important so that you can study the organisms in well. Okay, if you want to study the organism, you cannot study all different types of organisms in a group. So hence, in order to make the study easier, we are going to classify the organisms based upon their similarities, dissimilarities, and also morphological studies and so on. So this is known as classification. So to do the classification, there are some main important things like taxonomic category and also taxonomic hierarchy, taxon and so on. So first of all, we will discuss one by one. Okay. First, what is meant by taxonomic categories? So taxonomic categories means the parts of overall taxonomic arrangements of the category. Okay, here we can see these are the arrangements. So these arrangements is known as the taxonomic categories. Okay, so next, this is nothing but category. Each and every category is placed. So taxonomic hierarchy. Hierarchy means all these categories are constituted together. Okay, placed one above the other, and each category is referred. It is sequence of the steps in classification. Here you can see the classification in sequence manner, evenly sequenced and placed. So that is known as taxonomic hierarchy. So next, the taxon. In the plural, you can call as a taxa. Taxon means a singular. Taxon means a singular, and taxa means a plural. Okay. So this is the unit of classification that represents rank, and it is commonly termed as a taxon. Okay. So this is the unit of classification. To classify any organisms, this taxon is very important in classification of these organisms. So next, the group represents the category. So here the category is a unit of classification. Each and everything is a category. Okay. So here the each and everything, the species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, and also kingdom, these all are the categories. Okay, this is the most important thing. So category is the unit of classification and further denotes a rank or taxon. Okay, taxon means these taxonomic groups, categories for the distinct biological entities, not merely of the morphological aggregates. Here the morphological means external study. So external study of an organism. So what are the external factors that is present in the organism, like eyes, ears, skin, fur and so on? These all are the morphological studies. Okay. So next, thus taxonomical studies of all known organisms has led to the development of common categories such as the kingdom, phylum, division and so on. So here if you see in the taxonomic categories, so there is two things after the kingdom. So the phylum and also the division. So what is meant by phylum and division? The phylum is used for the animals. Okay, it used for the animals, and while the kingdom is used for the plants. Okay. So next is the class, order, family, genus and species. These all are the 7 categories that is present in the taxonomic categories or the classification of these organisms. Okay, all organisms including those in the plants and also animals kingdoms has a species as the lowest category. So in the taxonomic category, the lowest is the species and the last highest is the kingdom. So kingdom like plant kingdom, animal kingdom and so on. So this is the highest and this is the lowest. You have to remember that. Okay. So highest and lowest. The lowest is the species. So the basic requirement is the knowledge of the characters of an individual or a group of organisms. So if you want to classify an organism, first of all you have to know the basic knowledge about the characters of the organism. So what are the internal organs and what are the external morphological studies? You should have the little bit knowledge in order to classify the organisms. So this helps in identifying the similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organism as well as the other kinds of organism. Okay, for example, if you see the organisms, so if you see the insects, so there are many insects. So in the insects also there are different things, like if you take the grasshopper and also cockroach, just by looking at them, even though they are insects, just by looking or just by the morphological studies, you can say the grasshopper is different and also the cockroach is different. So these two organisms are different. It means you are using the morphological studies. It means you are seeing the outermost structures. So just by looking about it, you can differentiate. Okay. And next is the species. The species means it's the lowest unit of classification or lowest category in the taxonomic categories. Here you can see the species is the lowest. Okay, lowest category in the taxonomic categories. Okay. So next, in the species, the group of individuals with fundamental similarities according to the taxonomic studies. So for example, let us take the example of human beings. And human beings has all the same structures like two eyes, ears, nose, and internal organs like heart, kidney, lungs, and so on. These all are the similar. It means these are the fundamental, the main basic things that is known as fundamental similarities. Hence, all humans can be placed in the under the sapiens. Okay, so Homo sapiens. Here, the sapiens is the species. Okay, based on the morphological differences, closely related species can be distinguished from the each other. So, for example, if you see the human beings and also the other animals like giraffe, okay, you can clearly distinguish these are not same species; they are different. Just by looking at them both, human beings are certain height, the giraffe is a certain height, and their organs is also some kind of a different way, and so on. So based upon the morphological studies, you can distinguish the two different species. Okay, so example, here you can see the Mangifera indica is the one type of organism, Solanum tuberosum one type of organism, and also Panthera leo. So here the clearly you can distinguish and say that they are different organisms. Mangifera indica, it is a plant. Solanum tuberosum, it is also a plant but different from the Mangifera indica. Panthera leo, it is an animal, and so on. These all are different species. Okay, in these organisms, in the scientific names, clearly you can say that the species and genes, okay, are genera. So here the Mangifera indica, you can see the species name is the indica, or specific epithet is indica. The Solanum tuberosum, the tuberosum is the specific epithet, and Panthera leo is the specific epithet. Okay, so these all species names are different. Okay, because organisms are different, the classification is different, so they are different. Here also the genera is also different. In the mango, so Mangifera, in the Solanum, in the potato, that is Solanum, it is another gene, or other genera, and Panthera, it is also another genera. Okay, just by looking at the morphological studies, just by looking at their structures and so on, you can easily classify or differentiate. Okay, so genera represents another level of taxon or category, and also in the previous lessons we have seen that the genus may have more than one specific epithet, like Solanum tuberosum, Solanum melongena, and so on. Solanum tuberosum means the potato, and Solanum melongena means the brinjal. So here the Solanum is same, but the Solanum has the two things. One is the tuberosum and one is the melongena. Okay, so these are the Solanum has the gene, it is a gene, and our genera, it has the two specific epithets or the two species. Okay, so but have the morphological similarities. Example, the Panthera has another specific epithet, and also the Solanum includes the species like nigrum and also melongena, and so on. And the human beings belong to the species known as sapiens, which grouped in the genus known as Homo. Okay, and the scientific name can be written as, we all know that is known as Homo sapiens. So this is about the species. Okay, so now coming to the genus. So genus is after the species, and it is little bit higher than the species, and it is less related characters when compared to the species. Okay, the group of related species with more common characters in common, and when compared to the species are other genera. So here the genera are the aggregates of close related species. It means the species has the fundamental similarities among the individuals. And here also the individuals, like let us consider 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are the species. Okay. So these are the numbers with one species. And here I will write Roman letters like 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are the other species. Okay, here these are closely related. Why? Because they are they are the numbers. Okay, one is the Roman and also another is the normal letters, normal 1 to 3 are numbers. Okay, both are same, they are known as numbers. Okay, hence you can call it as a gene, okay, or genera. Okay, these are the species. This is one species and this is another species. Okay, so by this way you can understand. So these are aggregates of close related species with several common features like Solanum. In the case of Solanum, you can see the potato. The potato contains Solanum tuberosum and also Solanum lycopersicum and also Solanum melongena. Okay, here you can see the Solanum and also Solanum. This is the same genus, but they have the different species, and these species are little bit more characters in common. So hence they are came under into the gene or under the single genera. Okay, so next is the Panthera. Okay, the lion like Panthera leo, Panthera pardus and also the Panthera tigris. So these all three organisms have the same gene but different species like leo, pardus and also the tigris. So because they look a little bit similar, even though they are different species, but these species look a little bit similar, it means they are closely related. So hence they can call, hence you can place these organisms with a little bit different species under the same genera. Okay, okay, and this is about the genus. And the genus differs from the other genus. Example, if you take the Felis, so that is a cat, it is a little bit different from the other genus. Okay, and we will discuss in the next class, we will discuss about the family and so on. The next topics we will discuss in the next class. Okay, and I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and also if you haven't subscribe to our channel, and also like, share and comment and provide your valuable suggestions and feedback. Okay.